Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Earth Day. We are going to be drawing some leaves and trees today, and foliage, and things like that that are green. How is everyone doing? I was gathering some references while the ads were rolling, so hopefully we got through all of those. I think I waited 10 minutes. One of these days I'll be an organized professional streamer, but that is not this day. This day we're just guessing, so hope it's all good. Oh hey, Maze. Hey Dream, hey Raga. How are you guys doing? Thanks for being here. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Hey Cookie, good to see you. Hope you guys are ready to study some foliage. Let's write the mantra first, because I always forget to do this, and I'm not gonna this time. So we are gonna be doing at least, the goal is 30 minutes of warm-up sketches, guys, just to kind of get the art muscles moving and flowing. If you would like to join, you're welcome to do so. We have a little Discord section for anybody who participates. You can post your warm-up sketches in there. It doesn't have to be what we're doing today. I like to do themed days. Like this week is going to be kind of like Earth Day themed, so we'll have trees and foliage today. Tomorrow we're going to be doing landscapes, so we're going to be kind of bringing in what we study today, tomorrow, and then I think on Wednesday it will be waterscapes and skyscapes. So we'll have to, well, basically my goal is by the end of the week to have practiced a little bit of all the pieces that you need in order to make like an environment scene or something. For those who don't know, I am trying to be a book illustrator. So I'm trying to like get better this year and improve a lot of weak areas that I don't tend to practice just when I'm drawing for fun without direction. So that's part of the goal of this. But it's also just a good practice that I've always wanted to have, to start my studio days off with 30 minutes of warm-up drawing. So you guys are my accountability buddies for that. And if you want to join in, feel free to. Like I said, there is a Discord section where you can post any warm-up sketches from past warm-ups, current warm-ups, your own warm-ups. As long as they're, work safe, feel free to share them in there, and I'll be happy to share them at the end of the stream. So even if you do some from the past, or if you missed the live stream, you can always post them in there, and I'll just show them on the next one. So anyway, that's what we do here, and Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday mornings. So welcome to that. Oh, Charlie's Dragon. No, you've gotten out your sketchbook and pencils. Yeah, let's do it. Let's draw some greenery. And hopefully we can learn some stuff too. I like to go on little nature tangents sometimes when we do this. I've noticed that for some reason my display is only showing part of my screen, so you guys just let me know if I start drawing off screen. I'll try to be really good about keeping it on screen today. Still working on your VTuber, nice, which fits for Earth Day, because she's all nature-based. Perfect. Love it. Anyone doing anything for Earth Day? I know it's kind of a funny one that you don't really celebrate unless you're in like elementary school. I remember when I was a kid, they would have us like plant seeds or something, like water them all week, I guess. I don't remember what happened to that seed. I probably gave it to my mom. Probably died. I don't have a green thumb. My mom has a green thumb. I don't know if I spelled addition right just there. Hold on. I'm still waking up a little bit. I did. I gotta start reading more. My vocabulary is getting bad. Haven't had enough time for it lately. Alright, let's do our Earth Day edition. Earth Day edition. Warm-up sketches. There we go. Look at that. I don't know. Anyway. Feeling celebratory, I suppose. Alrighty. Excuse me. How's everyone doing? How was everyone's weekend? Make a new layer here. I'm gonna try to get super organized today. This is gonna be the most organized stream, you guys. You don't even know. We're on top of everything today. Oh, thanks, Maze, for posting that Discord link. Yeah, if anyone's not in the Discord and they want to share any work or follow along, you can do so there. Okay, so I figure we'll start off with doing some basic leaf shapes. So these ones are just, this is just foliage. So these are not tree leaves. These are kind of underbrush leaf shapes, things that you would maybe draw as like surrounding the base of trees, or maybe even growing on trees a little bit, kind of in fields, that kind of stuff. So I just pulled this off like a, I don't know, like a flower decorating website or something. So thanks to whoever you were. And these are some tree leaf shapes. I might find a few more because this is definitely not all of them. Like I don't see a maple leaf on here. This is just a few samples of leaf shapes. But anyway, we're gonna get started with some leaf shapes. So I'm probably gonna be working in color this week, just because I really want to practice doing a little bit more painted style stuff. So yeah, just gonna be doing my sketches in color. If anybody is working traditionally, feel free to pull out a colored pencil or something if you'd like to. Certainly no pressure. I think I am gonna lighten up this background layer, though it's a little bit dark. Why is that not doing anything? Oh, that's better. Okay. Yeah, do a bat. Oh my gosh, I'd love to see a bat if you want to draw a bat. Yeah, we did bats last week. We did all kinds of stuff. So like I said, you do not have to draw what I'm drawing. The goal is to just, you know, maybe set a timer, do 30 minutes of sketching, and just see if you can do that for a while. You might be surprised at the advancements that you make over time. So I'm going to be studying mostly shape. So let's just pull a bright green in here. I'm going to start with this long tendrily shape here on top. I really liked the little, just the little irregularities that you get in these leaves. Like a little fern of some kind, I think. Noticing that the leaves at the base are thicker, obviously. Now, and don't worry about accuracy super much, unless you just really want to. If you're somebody who prefers to study by doing a hyper accurate, super realistic plant, by all means do. But notice that they're not totally symmetrical. That's kind of my immediate take on these. Is like I see some that go straight down, some that are a little shorter than others, some that are broken off, some that are curled. So the more like texture you can do like that in your painting, where there's just a little bit of not perfect symmetry, like if you did each one of them like this, like that's just not gonna look, it's not gonna look super real. It's gonna look very, I don't know, fake-ish, or I don't know. There's like cheats to get around this, right? Working digitally, like you can make a brush. Like I could make a brush where I design like a couple of leaves like this, and then put them in some sort of a scatter brush. And that would actually be a lot quicker to paint big backgrounds with. And a lot of artists do that. It's really no different than using like a fan brush in traditional media to like feed in textures. And it's just kind of the same concept, it's just digital. But yeah. I'm just looking for texture ideas. So the idea with this is like next time I go to make a landscape, maybe I can draw from some of this memory of drawing plants like this and be like, oh yeah, I really liked this one shape. Maybe I'll pull that into this painting here. Oops. Did I just... Which layer are we on here? Oh my. It would be helpful if I could use the correct layer, though. Just realized I drew this on the wrong layer. That's okay. This will just be a fast study in bright green. Let's move on to these brown shapes. I think these are eucalyptus leaves. I'm not sure. I am on the right layer this time, so that's exciting. What I'm noticing right away about these is kind of these delicate... I like the contrast here of like the delicate branching with these like super round leaves, right? A pretty distinctive difference. I'm just gonna draw a few of these little branches. Wait, I think hold on. I missed a really good pun. I wanted to read this out loud. Amaze says he feels like he will owe an apology to the trees if he doesn't draw them right. Just want to say we're a big fan of puns around here. Anyway. Hope mine turns out okay. Gosh, Amaze. These are so funny. I'm glad. I'm sure you'll do great, Amaze. I hope the lessons I learned take root. Oh my gosh, yes, all the tree puns. Still working on your VTuber? For sure. We'll enjoy that. Let's see. Real nature is not smooth. That's exactly right. Yeah, and there's beauty in the little imperfections. Totally, totally. I'm glad that yours was relaxing. Amaze. Did you take some time off? Practically mandated off time. Yeah, good. Is your hand feeling better, more importantly? Are you okay to draw today? I don't want you to be hurting yourself. I've just had, I don't know, I've heard too many horror stories about artists who work through hand injuries. It can be a lifelong thing if you don't let it heal. I'm gonna use a big brush so I don't have to spend as much time coloring in here. These are such round shapes, it shouldn't matter. Hand is feeling pretty good. All the stiffness is gone. That's good. You guys do all your hand stretches this morning? How to do your little carpal tunnel stretches, guys. Get rid of any stiff hands. Never a bad idea to start off some drawing with stretching. We forget our hands have muscles too. And they do cramp up. Don't think you've ever found anyone who listens to Bowling Soup. Hey, you're in the right place. So Bowling for Soup, they actually went to my my university. So they were a big deal in North Texas where I grew up. Everybody listened to Bowling for Soup. You know their song, Come Back to Texas? Yeah, it was about North Texas. Too funny. I never met them or anything, but they technically graduated from the same university as me. Or at least they formed there. I don't know if they actually graduated or not. Oh, nice. Hey, thanks for lurking, Septic. Appreciate that lurk. Lurks are a big help. They definitely do a lot to boost the stream, so appreciate those of you out there lurking. You don't have to participate to support the stream. Alright, I'm gonna stop trying to be so detail-oriented here. We're just trying to get shapes. I do notice like some of these look like hearts, which I think is pretty cute, so I might incorporate that if I ever draw these leaves. Pretty sure they're, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're eucalyptus, but I could be like this nice pale stem coming out of them. Probably not being as exact as I should be, but steady, guys. Why did I start with this tree? Oh no, what tree are you starting with? Oh, it's such a pretty one. I mean, focusing on those, I'm definitely going to be drawing that tree later if we make it to that, so you have good taste. I really like that tree. The trunk curvatures are really interesting. So I am just going to focus on the trunk. I don't know what you were focusing on. But yeah, those shapes in that trunk are awesome. Excuse me. That's great. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have this song on here. Sometimes I forget which of my songs are family friendly and which ones aren't. Good song though. Recommend looking it up. I think I skipped a leaf in there somewhere. So for future reference, if I ever do these, I'll start with a dark green and move on to the middle green. Okay, let's do some color selection here. This little leaf thingy. I'm gonna do dark green like I just said. Just do those background leaves first. I notice that they kind of separate out as we go down. Go. Remember to challenge yourself to look at what you're drawing more than, like what you're drawing from, more than your actual drawing. If you want to truly study and not just copy, what you're trying to do is learn, like ask yourself questions as you draw. Like, why is that shape that way? Why is there a shadow there? How can I remember that for later? I think that's the difference between just creating something that you can only draw one thing because you've just studied, you just like copied something, or versus like actually learning from your reference images. So that's the goal here. I want to learn. And I love this paddle shape right here. This is so good. I'm going to start with that big upside down heart shape, or spade, I guess I could say. And I might actually do what's called the subtractive method for this. So I'm going to fill that in. And this works a lot easier with digital, but you can totally do this with traditional media as well. Maybe just use like a charcoal or the side of your pencil to like lightly shade in the shape. So for me, I'm going to lock this layer. So I push this little lock button right here. And for digital, you know what? I actually don't need to lock the layer yet, because all I'm going to be doing is erasing out those shapes. If it helps you, you can also maybe draw yourself a little guideline down the middle so you know exactly where that little stem goes. Use that bright green that I see there. Forget the name of this plant. It looks like a monster, like I think it's like Monstrosa or something like that. It's like monster plant. Anyway, they have cool leaves. And so the subtractive method is like when you're taking away from something. It's more commonly used, I think, in sculpting, but it still definitely applies in drawing as well. I wish this eraser had a little more pressure. There we go. I'm just going to do a little one there because I know it's there, even though I don't see it. That leaf is just kind of overlapping itself at the moment. I'm noticing that the interior divot is kind of bigger than the one on the outside sometimes. So that's something I'm going to remember for later, but I like that shape. But we do have an ad coming up, it looks like, so thank you guys for sticking it out through the ad if you don't have a sub, or Twitch Turbo, I think. Yeah, appreciate that. Feel free to take the opportunity to stretch, grab a drink, that kind of thing. Okay, now I'm going to lock the layer, and I'm going to play with some of these shadows and colors I'm seeing. So when I lock the layer, you can see, it just means I get to keep that shape. I don't lose the details that I just worked on. So this is a great technique if you are working digitally to help you kind of quickly play with shape and color. Very common. Highly recommend. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of blocking in where I see the changes in light, and then I'm going to blend this so it doesn't look quite as prickly. Now, I'm not super familiar with Krita's blending, so I don't quite know how to get the effects in this program that I would normally do pretty quickly in other programs that I'm more familiar with, so I might play for just a minute. Maybe this one. mean, half the point of this is to learn to draw, but also to learn to use new materials, new programs, that kind of thing. So, okay, I'm gonna move on though, because I do want to get to more trees. So this is just a quick study. I have to remind myself of that. We're not getting super detailed today. Moving along, Casey. Alright, I want to do. Let's see, which one's super different from what we've already done? I think we're gonna do these big kind of leafy shapes here in a second, so I'll skip those. I'll just move to this other like kind of branching fern shape. This is just like a long version of the one we did over here. But I'm trying to I don't have to study all of them. Feel free later if anybody wants to draw each one of these. There's tons of pictures like these on like botanical sites, flower shops. Just find a variety of leaf shapes and study them. It's never a bad idea. But just for the sake of expediency, I am going to just pick this one and we're gonna do a quick leafy study of it. Yeah, I'm big into blending tools for sure. That's kind of one of my main... tends to be what makes me continue using or stop using a program, is how good their blending tools are. I do a lot of painty things, so I do need a good blender. So I'm going to do a little bit more brushy, expressionist-y sort of a approach to these shapes. Still doing my basic through line of this stem that I see right here. I'm just kind of branching off of it. Each one of these little leaves kind of starts to turn into its own little branch, it looks like. It's kind of an interesting little plant. Looks like there might be another little branch in here. I can't quite tell. It's a little bit jumbled, so I'm just gonna... Yes. Once again, once I get these basic shapes locked in, I will lock the layer and kind of play with color really quickly. This is just how I learn, but everybody's different, right? Like, you might learn just by drawing really fine lines and actually studying things, but, you know, find what works for you and just lean into it, you know? I'm not gonna get too caught up in the details, Casey. Come on. Move myself along here. We'll just make a little jumble there. Lock that layer. Turn it down to the green a little bit. So what I'm doing to get the shade, instead of just like, in case you are working digitally and you're curious about color, a trick to do instead of just picking like this color and just going darker, like you totally can do that. But what I like to do is like move it a little bit into the cool, just a little bit. So if you see how I can move the slider into the warm section or toward the cool section, you don't have to go all the way to blue. I mean, you can, and then you can like blend it. That's a way to get some interesting greens sometimes. So I could do that right here and kind of, well, maybe not because I don't know how to use the blender here. There it goes. That's kind of an interesting one right there. But what I like to do is just kind of gently slide it slightly into the green. So it's darker and it's more green and less yellow. And sometimes you can just get like a little bit fuller shadow that way. It's just a technique. You don't have to do it by any means. There's lots of methods you can use. Just one that I have found a lot of success actually that I have liked to look at. Put in just a few. I'm using a textured brush here to kind of help imply some texture, just like you would if you were working traditionally. Okay. Bring that in a little more. I'm going to brighten these and then we'll move on. So just the opposite way, going into the light, I like to warm up my light typically. You can definitely do it the other way too, but just adding that little touch of yellow can kind of really help brighten up certain spots and make it a little bit more interesting to look at. So, okay, let's move on. Let's do some tree leaves, and then I'm going to move on to actual trees here. I'm going to say I've been drawing for 20 minutes, so doing pretty good on my timer. had a very salty breakfast, so I need to hydrate. Sorry. Okay. Also, don't recommend inhaling your water, guys. It's not the best plan. Alright, so for our leaf shapes, I'm going to kind of do the same thing. Just, I'm going to try and go quick again, but I'm just trying to get an idea of what these shapes look like. That way, when I'm drawing this type of tree, it'll kind of inform how I do a little bit of the, you know, like the bunched up leaf shapes. Well, I won't be drawing individual leaves on trees because that's how you lose your mind, by the way. Don't do that. I'm just going to do little quick drawings here. So we've got like a little bit of veining. I used to have a friend who was kind of like an amateur dendrologist, and he would always tell me stuff about trees. I wish I knew more about trees, but I'm pretty sure this is an oak of some kind. I think oaks kind of have this kind of shape typically of some kind. There's like variations on that shape. That's like the only one I can identify though. No idea. This almost looks like a dandelion leaf, but I don't know if it is. Anyway, if anyone has dendrology expertise, feel free to type in if you think you can identify these trees. Maybe it'll give us something to look up later. I like this leaf shape. I wish I knew what this was. It's really fun, like, I don't know if I've ever seen these. I've never really lived in a place that had a huge variety of tree, like native tree life. Like Texas, I lived in kind of the plainsy area of Texas, so there wasn't like... I'm gonna draw this this way, actually. So there's just like a lot of plants I'm not super familiar with, but... And then like, Denver is a desert, obviously, so I don't ever see tons of things that aren't aspens or pines. Cottonwood, maybe. So you notice that the veins sort of feed these leaf shapes on the edges, right? So what I was doing was trying to find the shape by drawing the veins instead of drawing the outline of the tree or the leaf. Kind of worked. I don't know. I'm not an expert at drawing leaves. Any leaf. So that's why we're here, right? Gotta get those bad drawings out, like it says. Get them out. I'm gonna make this darker so you guys can read it. This tree leaf almost looks like a tulip. Flower. If anyone ever does like nature journaling, this is always a good practice to do in those journals as well. Alright, I think that's enough leaf shapes for me. I'm gonna scooch on over and do an actual tree now. After using a joint pencil of IKEA, I got to my next problem. I only have a bluish pink and red color. Oh no! Well, you can do a lot with bluish red and, bluish pink. Wait, what is a bluish pink? It's like a purple? And red colors left over? I mean, you could make a very dramatic tree with that. Purpley pink and red tree. way too many things open. I also found these cool leaves that I thought might be fun to look at, but I don't think we're gonna have time to do more leaves. But feel free to go find some fun leaves, some fun leaf shapes, and just yeah, learn about some trees, draw some shapes. They're really nice. I will maybe post those later in the Discord, or I'll just do it now so I don't lose it. I'll lose it if I don't. And if anyone is looking for these reference pictures, I am dropping them in the Discord where the warm-up chat section is. That's usually where I put my references. Sometimes I'm bad about posting all of them, but let's find a tree. Oak tree. Just your basic oak tree. Ooh, these are some pretty oak trees. I like this tree a lot, so let's do this one. I don't know if this is already in my Pinterest or not. So I really like these shapes. Now this tree is pretty far away, so those detailed leaf drawings probably aren't going to be a huge factor at this point, but that's okay. We can still work with what we got, and who knows? Always zoom in and learn something here. But I think I'm going to start with most trees. What I do, and I'm sure what most people do, is start with the trunk, right? Whoa, am I super zoomed out? No? Canvas is just really small. Okay, hold on. Let's move this guy up here then. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. Okay, no, one light blue and one dark. Oh, I see. I misunderstood. I'm sorry. From my 13 years ago school time. Hey, you know what? It still works. Feel free to crack them open if you'd like to. Good day, Rock, Paper, Water. How are you? How is everybody doing? We are doing some Earth Day warm-up sketches today. You guys, if you aren't already hanging out with Rock, Paper, Water, you totally should. He does probably get a lot better painting tips from him than you could from me. He actually does this professionally. I just pretend to on Twitch. Okay. Oh, thank you, Amaze. Yeah, there's the references. Blues and reds are a few things you can do. Oh, yeah, that's true. There are a few things you can do. You know, you can do anything in blue and red. You could draw a portrait in blue and red. It could be very artsy looking. Now, because this tree is like mostly, like the trunk I mean, is mostly in shadow, I'm just kind of brushing in a little bit. Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna pick my own color this time. Okay, so we're gonna put that in shadow. I'm kind of lightening the shadow just a little because I like to be able to see details. I'm gonna saturate it a bit. So I see the trunk going this way. I'm just gonna kind of quickly kind of sketch in what I can see on the tree here. So we're doing the branches first so that when I go in and do the leaves on top, it'll kind of poke through. So I won't have to like redraw those or anything. Looks like there's a branch coming out from right here. I do see a little bit of, oops, so used to Photoshop. I do see a little bit of sunlight on that branch, so I'm gonna like have a little bit of sun on that. This is the part of the tree I'm looking at right here. And I did drop, like I said, I dropped this in Discord, so if somebody wants to work from this tree exactly, you can go do that. There. So I think it's also on my Pinterest. Should be anyway. And like I can tell there's a branch down here just because there's like some, you can see this leaf bough kind of sagging in the distance. So I'm just kind of like I did when I was drawing the veins on this leaf over here. I'm kind of defining the shape from the veining or the tree branches. It's like a big version of a leaf, right? Okay, now that I've got that in there, I know it doesn't look like much yet, but hopefully we can make it look like something here in a second. Boy, these are some old songs. So there's, I'm going to add another layer here, put it underneath that one. This is a little harder to emulate if you're doing traditional media. I think it's probably still possible. You just might have to work this layer that I'm about to do first. But since it's underneath, see, I can color in the shadowed part of the tree leaves. And right now I'm just kind of bunching in where I see, I'm just kind of looking at the overall image, and I see shadow here, I see some here. So I'm kind of drawing, I'm assuming there's like a bunch of leaves behind this in shadow, right? I'm gonna blue those up a little bit. Okay. So I'm kind of drawing the big bunches on the inside, and then I'll kind of shrink my brush down here in a second. But considering most of this tree is not just, it's not just flat, right? Like it's not a 2-dimensional tree, it's a 3-dimensional tree. So we know that there's leaves on the other side. So I'm just assuming that those leaves, if we were looking like inside the tree, they'd be in shadow. So that's what I'm drawing right now, is I'm drawing the leaves at the back of this image in shadow, basically. Now I'm not gonna leave them all bunched like this. I am gonna go in and do a little bit of detail work in just a second. But this is also gonna help me define kind of this tree shape. So probably each branch is gonna have at least a few leaves in it. Hey, what a wonderful place to art. Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome in. Oh yeah, we're totally always learning, Rock. I think you don't stop learning till you're dead, in my opinion. And if you do, then you're dead already. You may as well be. So I'm gonna make my brush a little smaller to get some of these these detailed parts. So you can kind of see where there's like little twigs that are like too tiny to see in this image, but we can still see these big, broad oak leaves, which is what this is right here. This is an oak leaf shape. So that's why you're seeing those broad shapes. So I'm using kind of a broad brush. Just kind of loosely painting them in. I'm not really worried too much about precision. I'm really more looking for overall shapes of color and shadow, and just kind of blocking in what I see. And again, this is just one way to do this. You definitely don't have to do it this way. It's just the way that I currently kind of do these things. I just don't do them enough. Working from images like this really helps kind of reinforce good habits, at least for me. Now this part where I kind of got a little crazy, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of that subtraction method that we talked about. Bring back out some of the blank spaces that I can kind of see along the base of the tree there. And then bring a few back in. I don't think I brought this out far enough now that I'm looking at the balance of the tree here. It's a little unbalanced over there. I was noticing I had drawn this side a little longer. I mean, it's kind of shorter here, but it does go out quite a bit more. So that's another way you can do this too. You can also just draw shapes and then do complete subtraction or reductive method for sure. And if you have a different way that you like to draw trees, please share. Always happy to learn more. How's your day going? Wonderful. How are you? Thanks for popping in, if I didn't already say that. Sorry, I'm kind of bad at multitasking, and sometimes I forget when I've already said a thing. So if I'm being repetitive, just forgive me. Okay. And I totally forgot to post that I was streaming online anywhere, so whoops. I'm just now realizing that. I'll try to do better for this afternoon's stream. Okay, so we've got our darks in. So now I'm gonna bring this down a bit, go a little bit more yellow with it, kind of like we talked about before. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing my brights just yet. So this is kind of the middle. These are leaves that are getting some light. Not as much as the top, but I'm going to try and stick to the tops of the boughs here. These are going to be showing through a little bit for our next layer. Don't worry about covering up certain edges and spaces. This is what is going to give your tree some body. I'm going to stick mostly to the top here. I may actually go back to this background layer later and make more areas darker. For now, this is all the variation I'm going to do, I think. Well, actually, since we're here, let's just use our handy-dandy blocking layer tool. I do see some areas that are super dark, so I'll just go ahead and attack those. I'm increasing saturation just a little bit too. So I like slightly saturated colors. I can't seem to get away from them. I see a little bit of sky pigments in there, so let's go ahead and include those. Alright, now we're going to go to a brand new layer on top of the trunk layer. So there's my trunk layer. Select that, bring it way up, even a little more yellow. Make my brush a tad smaller. Even right there. There we go. And this is going to be covering up that trunk, right? So this is all the places that I see. Maybe I went a little overboard with the light there. No, Casey's just a perfectionist. But I am, you know, I kind of enjoy, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the way the light kind of bunches. Like I'm seeing a big bunch right here, here, here. And this is going to be different in every type of tree. Like if you look at, I wish I had time to have like really gathered some good tree reference. But like every tree, if you look at it by itself, has like such a unique sort of a shape, you know? And the way that the leaves sort of bunch along the branches is super different depending on, you know, all this stuff, like the leaf shape, how they're growing together. And it really can change the overall look of the tree. So that's kind of the purpose of this, is I want to like study how different trees can bunch, I guess, so that when I do go to make an environment painting, I can like reincorporate some of that into the picture. So anyway, there is a method to my madness, but yes, I am also just kind of like, I have a hard time letting things go. It is looking like a tree, I will say. We're gonna do another one. What are we sitting at? Okay, we're doing pretty good on time. And you can kind of see how it fades into shadow. Like these edges are super bright, right? But as it fades in from the front of these bunches, it sort of goes into that middle green that we have. Evening, Moat Shrimp. Oh, what happened? Uh-oh. Oh no, Moat Shrimp, something happened to you. Misclick. How do we fix it? I'm gonna... I don't know how to fix that. Oh, thank you, Amaze, for knowing how you do things. You'll have to tell me how you did that later. Moat Shrimp, good evening. How are you? We are celebrating Earth Day. No, you're totally welcome, Moat Shrimp. Amaze is just sleepy. Totally welcome. How are you doing? How is your evening going? You, baby. See, he was just so excited that you were here. He accidentally, his hand just shook when he was going to like greet you, and he accidentally clicked that. Oh, did you really? This song is yeah. I like it a lot, but it's not promoting the best behavior towards women. Let's just say that, I guess. Having a nice evening. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Counting down till I'm going on vacation. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. Where are you going? I want to live vicariously through you because I don't ever go on vacation. Please let me live vicariously through you and tell me all about what you're doing. Please. Okay, so what I'm doing right here is like I've basically shrunk my brush down. I'm brightening it up just a tad. And I'm just kind of bringing in some of this sun. I'm actually going to yellow it up even more. I feel like I don't have enough of this sunlight yellow kind of hitting these branches. There it is. Okay, still want it to be kind of greenish, not too yellow. But just adding these little touches can really like make the edges of these bunch shapes sort of pop, right? So I've got like a little bit of yellow here, some up here, some up here. So see how it just kind of like pulls the image and makes it suddenly look a little more 3D? So that's sort of the idea here. And you definitely want to put them along the top. Although I'm kind of panning on top of my image here. There we go. Slide you up a little there. Bucko. Where are we? There we go. Okay, back on the right layer. I'm doing it. Layer management, friends. Layer management. It's happening right before your eyes. Figuring out how to art. And I'm also seeing these little tiny bunches just like within these shadowy pockets. So there's like these little tiny branches that are collecting leaves that are sort of sticking out into the out of the shadows and into this light area. That's where you get sort of those textures. Let's see, we finished the head, jaw, neck, upper chest. Nice. Of your character and now taking a break. Yeah, go have some food. You have earned it. It's looking great, by the way. I have to spend the time helping out over my parents' farm. Oh, that's exciting. I plan visiting a friend in the US. Ooh, that's your first time in the States. Can I ask what part of the US you're going to? Like East Coast, West Coast, South, Midwest, West, Southwest. It's a lot of options. Cookie Narwhal, how are you? Thank you for the hydrate. You're going to Texas? Oh my gosh, I grew up in Texas. I asked what part of Texas, because Texas is like a country. It's massive. I was just in Texas for the eclipse, actually, the Texas part of the US. Oh yeah, that whole part down there. It is like its own thing for sure. Oh, Houston. Oh, that's awesome. Where's Vanessa? Amazing. You're gonna have a great time. There's some great museums in Houston. Although I will say, you're coming at it's beginning to get into the summer months here in Texas. So prepare yourself. I don't know what part of the world that you're from necessarily, but it's pretty muggy down there. I'm sure he's already prepared you for that, but you just don't know until you experience it. I have family down there, and I've only visited a couple times, but it's a lot. It's a lot of moisture in the air. That's super exciting. Are you gonna get to go like see spacey stuff? I hope so. It is a lovely 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, yeah, you're gonna have quite the temperature shock. It's definitely not 35 in Houston. Like ever, maybe? Maybe like once it was that in Houston? I don't know. I don't think it gets down super cold there very often. Okay, I should probably move on from this tree, but I am having fun blocking in these textures, so I'm gonna give myself 2 more minutes to kind of get a few more of these bunched colors and shapes in, and then I'm gonna move on to another tree. Just for fun, I'm gonna swipe in some of this yellowish, greenish. I'm gonna saturate it just a little bit. Also want to kind of note where the light is coming from, so I have this nice shadow back here of the tree. there's our tree. I believe it's an oak tree. So there we go. Oh no, ad break. Okay, I'm gonna finish coloring through the ad break just so nobody misses anything. I'm trying to be better and more cognizant of that. Just add a little more darkness up there. Okay, tree. We did it. Earth Day tree. Alright, let's head in. Thank you, by the way, for anybody who does not have a sub hanging out through those ads. I do appreciate. A happy little tree. Exactly. It's very Bob Ross tree today. It's very Bob Ross dream. Alrighty, let's find another tree. Let's do like a deciduous tree instead. Or excuse me, a coniferous tree. I think this is a deciduous tree. Coniferous tree. So like pine trees, those kind of things. And speaking of tree shapes, this is kind of what I was talking about. I'm not gonna draw these or anything. But I was talking about how like the leaves bunch in different ways to create those tree shapes. Like see how pine trees, they'll kind of have this pretty straight up trunk situation. And this is a drawing, of course, but you can still see the differences. Like the way that these pine needles kind of cling. Ooh. Oh, thank you. It was only slightly terrifying. Thank you, Jake, Facine, for that follow. I super appreciate that. But you can see how it changes the overall shape of the tree. Yeah, so these are... Sorry, this is like crazy to look at. Here's one that's actual pictures of real trees to show you also what I mean. But this is why studying kind of the way the branches and the leaves kind of work can help you make different looking trees. So anyway, let's do a coniferous tree. Which one should we do? I was looking at doing a blue spruce maybe. I really like the shapes in a pine tree. This is like such a classic deciduous tree. Spruce are kind of crazy looking. And look at these fir trees. Holy cow. Yeah, so all that has to do with like the way that the branches grow and that kind of thing. Let me see what I can find a good photo of. Let's just start there. I need like a good shaped tree. Seems pretty good. And how are you doing, by the way, Jake? Thank you again for the follow. I wish I could figure out how to get my bot to like tell me when someone follows so that I can read the name properly. Yeah, go lurk, Brock. Thanks for hanging out. Gonna draw a fur. Nice, nice. Love to see what you come up with. Yes, let's all give thanks to our little blue dot in the universe. Exactly, yes. So happy to have planet Earth and to live on it. Let's take care of it, guys. Enjoy your lurk. You made tree look like a tree. Oh, thanks, Siren. And Leafy. Bob Ross Casey. Yeah. Bob Casey Ross? I don't know. I don't know how to make that work. Oh, it's getting warm. Turned my heater on because it was like 40 when I got in here, but I missed how you did it. I pop away and then boom, tree. Well, we're about to do another one, so I'm gonna do it the same way. Although I'm gonna do a coniferous tree this time. I'm trying to pick one. Does anyone have a favorite conifer that they want to share? Is there anyone a secret tree nerd and wants to share their favorite tree? I think we'll just stick with like a traditional pine. Oh, here's a nice. Ooh, look at this. I'm pinning this to my board. I'll show you guys. Look at this. Wonderful, helpful, and that's not the image. Oh, that's why. It's just a video preview. I'll just show you this. Probably not as helpful. Yeah, look at all these shapes. So I think I'm gonna do just like your basic. I think this is a pine. Look at the pine cone. Ooh, should we draw pine cones? I really like pine cones. Well, here's a nice tree. Guys, there's too many trees to choose from. Oh, hey, Cave Geek. How's it going? Casey becomes Bob Ross today. Yeah. We're studying trees and foliage and things like that, Cave Geek, for Earth Day. So looking at different ways to draw these things and how to incorporate that into an environment painting. These are just quick studies, obviously, so they're not super refined, but I give up. We're just doing a pine tree. Pine tree. I could just find a picture of a pine that's not super overblown, or a fake Christmas tree would be super awesome. Ooh. Oh, I changed my mind. I want to do this kind. Eastern white. So I'll do this tree in the same way that we did last one. That is not an Eastern white. Sometimes just typing in the actual name will help you get the picture. This is a pretty tree. I've never heard of an Eastern white pine. Have you guys? Hold on, I'm talking away from the mic. Have you guys ever heard of an Eastern white pine? Look at this tree. It kind of looks a lot like the tree we just made, but look at how pretty. Hold on. Look how pretty. I was kind of looking for this sort of a texture. Why? Oh my gosh, you guys. None of these tree pictures are useful. I was trying to look for a tree that was like this because you can see how this one's interesting. All the little limbs and stuff are kind of going up, like this general upward direction, which is kind of interesting. In a forest, they grow really tall. You're looking at them out your window. No way! That's awesome. Do we have these here? We have Eastern white pine. Cave is awesome in Colorado. Why is this so hard? Let's just do. See, they look so different than these all look like different trees to me. Like, I think these are not the same. Like, this is an Eastern white pine, right? This doesn't look like the same tree at all. I'm not trusting you, Google. I don't think you're being helpful. Maybe I'll just draw this one just because I can see a lot of bunched up colors. And the boughs are a little more defined in these coniferous trees than they are in deciduous trees. Deciduous trees tend to have like a lot more craziness going on, but because the coniferous trees tend to be needled and they're like bunched together, you can almost like draw the bunches like these little like fluffs maybe. I was kind of wanting to find like a crazy looking one, but it's not really working very well because all these images are chaos. Or they're like super terrible photographs. Why is this tree so hard to photograph? I give a cheese to anyone who can find a good picture. Like, this one's okay, but it's so small. Like, I just want this bigger. else remember this song? Is it just me? Hey, Mayor of Canada, how are you doing? Let's see. Since when am I in Colorado? Oh, I thought you were in Colorado this whole time. Are you not? My whole life is a lie, Cave Geek. Why did I think you were in Colorado? I thought we had a conversation about this. Shoot, where are you at? Have I been wrong this whole time? Why did I think you were here? Anyway, well, sorry about that. I misspoke. Cave Geek is not in Colorado. There's a whole world east of Colorado. No, Colorado's the only state. Not even close. I was getting out the Christmas decorations. Neighbor asked, "Are you gonna put the tree up yourself?" Mayor of Canada. Oh my goodness. This song, I know. I'm sorry, guys. The 90s girl power pop is here for a second. We'll get through it together. Oh, here's a beautiful picture of one, you guys. Okay, this is what I was looking for. I'm gonna pin this. I'm gonna pin this really fast, and then we're gonna draw this one. Found a good one. Wait, is this one better? Okay, there might be two good ones. It's hard because they so often grow in forests, like you mentioned, and it's really, they're just kind of obscured. But I really like this one. Let's do this picture. Maybe look at this picture. Ooh, is that a good one? No, that's the same stupid small one. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, yeah, we'll do this one. This is a gorgeous image. Putting this in the Discord. So if anybody wants to draw this tree with me, you can do that. And I'm also pinning it to my Pinterest board. It won't let me pin it. Oh. Okay, see. So get rid of you. Don't want you or you. Here we go. It's too big. Can't do anything with it. Ooh, where should we do this? Let's do it right here. Okay, there. You guys can see all of that, I think. Perfect. Not even close. You're in Atlanta. You're living in New Jersey. Oh my gosh, you're just a man of the world, Cave Geek. And hadn't you just gotten back from a con in Texas? I'm from Texas originally. Trying to take a man back to the... Yeah, I sure am. I'm sure Mbop is on here somewhere too, so you guys watch out. Very similar to Roar by Katy Perry, is it? I'm Atlanta and at the time. Yeah. Closest. Oh yeah, that's right. You're in Georgia as well. There is some Goo Goo Dolls on here. I'm sure they're coming. How are you doing, by the way, Jake? I hope your day's going well. Whoops. Of course I paused it. Let's get rid of this. We're not doing seascapes today, guys. We're doing seascapes on Wednesday, so we don't need to know anything about water. We're just looking at trees. Okay. You're looking at white pines of different ages and different environments. Fair enough. Tall, skinny ones are what you're used to. It's the way they look when they grow in a forest. That makes sense. I'm sure on a farm they can get a little more rounded, and they probably get sold off at a much younger age too. I'm gonna try and use the same layers I used here. So for anyone who missed this tree, when we were looking, we started with the trunk, and that's what I'm gonna do here too. Then we built in behind the trunk on an under layer, just kind of the darker areas. I did kind of bring in some middle tones at one point, but then kind of finished off with this top layer, which is kind of the forward-facing leaves. So we'll do the same process down here. So I'm going to try and stay on the same layers, see how that goes. If you've been here for a while, you know that I'm not the best with layer management, so I apologize in advance. for what I'm probably gonna mess up, but we'll try. So it's got this like brownish color here. Make sure I don't move it too much so you guys can actually see. Okay, this nice woody thing, which is also called a trunk, by the way, guys. We're using scientific terms here. Let's see, we got a little bunch here. Now we're gonna see a lot more of the branches in the trunk on this vine, as you tend to. And I am noticing still that even these top branches, see how these ones kind of stick out? Let me move you down so I can draw on top of you. So what I'm seeing here is this, right? You got this line, let me brighten it up. This line here, and these are kind of going down. You can see like there's probably a stick here, here. I'm just sort of guessing, but as it goes up the tree, they start to kind of, they don't like tip down as much. They in fact start going up. So do you guys see that transition? It's something that you can keep in mind when you're drawing these in your own images. And of course we have a few that are coming toward the camera here as well. So I'll try to incorporate all of that as best I can. But let's start with the trunk. Yes, the lower branches are much heavier, that's why, for sure, yeah. But it's just something to keep in mind. I think a lot of times when we draw trees, we tend to just shorthand them. It's like, oh, this is a pine tree. It's like, well, technically, yes. It's the schema of what a pine tree looks like. However, if we actually study these things, we can kind of take note of stuff. So like next time I'm drawing a tree, say I'm making a fantasy tree, I can remember, oh, the heavier branches at the bottom are going to make the, because the boughs are heavier, it's going to kind of make the bottom branches sort of wilt a little bit or kind of dip. Just little things like that to keep in mind. That's the whole point of this. We're not just trying to learn to copy something, we're trying to learn to fill that creative bank account so that we have kind of like a visual library to pull from and withdraw information from as we are doing creative, imaginative things. So that's the purpose of studying from real life, studying from photos. If I was able to, I would love to just go out and do a lot more like plein air sketching and life drawing, figure drawing. Like all of those things are so helpful because it fills your knowledge base and it helps you become better at, the projects you're trying to do. So. Plus, it just sometimes gives you like ideas you wouldn't expect and you wouldn't encounter otherwise. So always recommend breaking things up from pure imaginative drawing to doing the occasional study. Even if it's just for, like I said, 30 minutes a day, or heck, 30 minutes every few days. Maybe even once a week. Whatever you can fit in, but I do think it helps. There you go, guys. There's some modern pop for you. Alright, I'm not going to get too crazy with this. I probably missed some branches somewhere in there. But let's go ahead and I'm going to warm up the shadow a little bit. Actually, no, let's cool down the shadow a bit. Oops. Color. Why isn't it letting me color? Oh. Dang it, layer management. I'm so bad at this. Okay, hold on. We're gonna fix it. Why are you like this? There we go. Copy. Cut. Paste. There we go. Now nope. Apparently that was also not the right layer. Where's my actual layer? Oh, it is the right layer. It's just on its own. There we go. Okay. Phew. Everything's on the right layer again. Oh, this is the SWAT Cats theme song. We should definitely just move right along. Did someone request Goo Goo Dolls? We can definitely jump to the Goo Goo Dolls section. You like some Goo Goo Dolls, guys? Alright. Water has nothing to do with Earth Day. There's so little water on Earth, we might as well be Mars. Exactly. No, we're doing waterscapes and cloudscapes on Wednesday. Cave. So we will definitely be doing some water this week, but today we don't care. Dang it. Just about trees and greenery. No, I just wanted to make the picture smaller. Okay, let's move on. So we're gonna block in our dark shadows here. gonna pick this green. It looks like it's a pretty yellowy green. So I'm not gonna cool down the shadows too much. But I am gonna do it a little bit. Big brush here, because we're just getting in the big shapes along these branches, which I actually forgot to darken, so hold on 1 second. Most of these are in complete shadow, so I'm going to make them pretty dark. Some of the top ones you can see a little bit better, so I'm going to leave the edges a little bit lighter. But yeah, most of these are totally encased in shadow, so even almost black. So we'll just go ahead and darken these, especially on the left, since the light source seems to be coming from the right of the image, so the ones on the other side can be dark. Okay, let's move on. Anyway, back to our green. So we know that these, we didn't study pine needles today, unfortunately. Probably should have. But notice how clumped up and close to the branch they are. You're gonna see a lot of sky poking through on these sorts of trees. Now you could go along and do like the outline shapes. It just might take you a little longer, and you might find that you actually lose track of where you are in the image a little faster. So that's why I like to just do like big bunches. But again, everyone, you know, draw the way that you would like to. I am not the end all be all in correct drawing practices. This is just how I do it. There's the Googles. Yeah, exactly. Learn how it works and how it'll look good. Yeah, exactly, Charlie. It's very scientific, right? This is why I feel like there's a lot of overlap between art and science. They tend to have very curious people who like to learn how things work in both fields. Yeah. Helpful for both for different reasons, you know? Now that, I definitely went way too far. How am I gonna fix that? I'll fix it in a minute. Okay. Going. Now there's actually not as much darkness. Shoot. There's not as much darkness on this side. Let's do... This is a very warm tree. I'm gonna kind of pick this middle green here for the dark parts that we're seeing behind. What I'm really doing is I'm drawing the needles behind the tree that are kind of in shadow. So that's what we're doing right now. Some of them kind of follow along the branches, but they sort of stop on these front branches here and don't exactly follow precisely. Okay, there's that one. And then of course you have this super dark one here. And I'm gonna use a different brush here in a second, because these pine needles don't actually lend themselves to this like streaky flat brush that I'm using. Not the Friends intro. It's the Goo Goo Dolls version though, I think. This is what the title says. I don't know, I've been wrong before. Oh no, it's a cover for sure. It's not the original from the show. It's definitely a cover, I'm pretty sure, by the Goo Goo Dolls, but who knows? I don't even remember where I got this song, so could be wrong. Feel free to correct me. I'm trying to imply these pine needle boughs a little bit, but it's not. Hand hurts from holding the mini pencil. Aww. Well, I hope you were able to get some good warm-up sketching or writing or whatever you were doing, doodling in. And feel free to chill. Yeah. I'm gonna probably wrap up after this tree is done, because I do have a bunch of stuff I gotta get to today. Oh shoot, I have an appointment at some time that I need to make sure I don't miss. I think it's at noon, but let me just check really fast, guys. Sorry. Okay, whew. I thought I missed it. Yeah, so I've got an appointment in a little while, so I can't stay on too much longer. Oh, sorry. It's one that I definitely need to go to, so... okay, that was a little stressful, guys. I'm gonna calm down for a second. That's right. Gotta get it, Raga. Amaze is probably drawing. That's okay. I'm trying to keep an eye on chat. Probably, I am looking to add to the mod team here. Poor Maze. It's very overworked. Can we give some love to Amaze, guys? Amaze, I'm giving you some cheese. Poor overworked Amaze. Cheese, hearts. I haven't really had too many issues with like bots and stuff, thankfully, but I guess I should probably look into that more. Okay, so we're getting into the color now, so I'm gonna kind of switch layers. We might come back to this background layer. This is just for the dark. Yeah, no, it's okay, Maze. Do your leaf thing. I'm gonna come back to this color in a second, but I'm gonna switch brushes. I think I want to try this brush. I think this is gonna do a better job with those pine needles. Oh, thank you. Appreciate. I didn't even know you could do that. See, so much I have to learn still. But yeah, this brush has those nice streaky lines, so I think I'm gonna try to use this one, and we'll see how it does. Gotta make it really small. So I don't know. Oh yeah, this will be good for like detail pine work, for sure. Although it's not really good at doing its own like new things. It looks like it's a little hard to see. Yeah, let's switch brushes. How about you? Are you a little better? The one I was just using. Hold on, guys. I'm still getting used to Krita. How about you? Are you a good maybe? Let's try you. I want something bunchy, but not too blocky. So I want to be able to draw these little bunches. So what I'm seeing, so I'm on the top layer now, by the way. So this is the highlights layer. So remember, we've got our trunk layer, our dark colors layer underneath. This is from the top layer where I was playing just now. And it's okay to like, you don't have to keep them too super segregated or anything, but it just kind of helps if you can manage to keep your layers separate. I sometimes fail pretty hard at that. My layers are labeled. I got them. There's only 3. I got this. I don't have time to label layers. They're all on the right layer, Maze. I don't know what you're talking about. Look. This is all intentional. I got my trunk, like I said. Got my colors and my darker colors in the background. This is intentional. This is not an accident, by the way. And we're doing good. We're doing fine. We're doing fine, Maze. Don't you worry. You draw your leaf. You draw your leaf. I label layers for like actual paintings. I don't bother with that for sketch warm-ups. It's too much extra effort for something I'm just doodling on. It's okay. I'm good. Thank you for your concern. Anyway, okay, so we're doing our bunches. Would it be easier to have the wood behind the leaves? So the wood is behind the leaves, yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Do you see how I'm able to color on top of the trunk? I'm on a top layer right now. So this is the forward leaves, like the lighter colored leaves, and the highlight parts of the leaf. Yeah, and then this is the darker leaves are behind the trunk. So yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. And welcome, Charzia. It's good to have you in here. Thanks for joining. Are you an artist as well? Or just an art fan? No, it's a great observation. It's something to be cognizant of, for sure, is how you're organizing your layers. That's why I have a layers command. And why Amaze is always getting on to me about layers. Sometimes I'm not the best. I just get excited, you know? I'm also one of those chaos artists who sometimes gets frustrated with layers and then just does everything on one layer so I don't have to mess with it. But those are for the really painty sessions. It's not as helpful when you're doing like comic work or things with heavy lines. You're an artist as well! Awesome! It's so nice to meet you! Do you have any work you'd like to share? Moise, I'm kind of like re-entering the Twitch scene, and I've been having a lot of fun getting to know other Twitch artists, so if you have anything, as long as it's, you know, PG-13, this is a family-friendly stream, Oh shoot, we might be in an ad. I'm sure Amaze will find out if it's PG-13 or not. But you're welcome to post a link. I'm guilty of not leaving Malaysia as well, despite thinking you're 40. Oh yeah, wow, that can be rough. I've done that sometimes. I've done that sometimes on pieces, and it definitely comes back to bite me. Oh, thank you for that follow. Studied trees recently. Oh, did you? That's amazing. I have no idea if you can hear me, by the way, because I think you might be in an ad. At least it's telling me somebody might be in an ad, so... Jury's out on whether or not Twitch is actually lying to me, though, on those things. I have no idea. But yeah, we're doing warm-up studies, if you can hear me. So I do those... Thanks, Amaze. There's that schedule. I do those in the mornings, like it says there, just on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right now, those are the only days that I'm able to stream. So those are my studio days. But I figured since it was Earth Day, we would do a tree stream, you know? Study some foliage and whatnot. I can show you the one we already did, if you are able to see anything. No idea. This is the one we just did. We started off with just some quick foliage and leaf shape studies, and then kind of jumped into these shapes. Just doing like a deciduous and a coniferous today, and then I think I'm gonna have to head out, but yeah. You can share your art, but I don't think I can send images in Twitch. You can send a link, so what I like to do is post it somewhere and then copy that link into tiny URL and post that link in chat. Like I said, as long as it's, you know, PG-13, this is a family-friendly art stream, so yeah, feel free to share. I'd love to see. But we also have a Discord if it's easier for you. If you prefer Discord, you can drop it in there too. I actually need to make sure I don't forget to show warm-up sketches at the end of stream. So if anybody is doing warm-up sketches right now, don't forget to share your images in Discord. It's easier for me to find them in Discord probably than in chat, but I will try if you don't have Discord. But be sure to post those. I've got one from last week, the bat day, that I haven't shared yet. We'll be sharing that one. Oh, and Charlie's Dragon's got some. Oh my gosh, there's so many good things in chat. I'm so excited. Yeah, we'll definitely be sharing these. So anyway, if you want to share those in the warm-up chat, just go to the warm-up art section of the warm-up stream part of the Discord. It's like at the very top under stream events, and you will find it there. Yeah, if you want to go to Discord, feel free. Casey's Bob Ross. I'm Casey Ross. No, I'm really not. I'm not very good at... Yeah, no, traditional painting is, it intimidates me. Although, you guys, I don't know if you know this, there's a lot of really amazing traditional artists on Twitch, like a bunch of them. And they're really inspiring me to, like, maybe try to do a traditional media stream sometime? Question mark? I'm a little afraid of doing it because I haven't worked traditionally in years. So I think if I did, I would probably call it, like, watch Casey learn to paint. Like, I don't want to have the impression that, like, I would know what I was doing. It would be like, hey, do you want to come watch someone be real bad at something, maybe? Because that's what this might be. But it does look really fun. And I've been having fun, like, lurking on those streams and just kind of learning and watching, and I don't know. Anyway, if anyone's interested in that, let me know. Maybe I'll bump it up in my possible future stream events, but we could all learn together. Let's learn together, guys. Oh, we got a little link here. Oh, these are amazing. Oh my gosh, so good. Oh, I love it. Can I, is it okay if I show a few of these? I'm gonna pick a few, make sure they're work safe first, and then I will show them. Oh wow, you're so good at people. I love this cat. These are awesome. Nice to meet you. Thanks for popping in. Let me know if it's okay. I can if I want to. Okay, I'm gonna just show you guys a few of these images here. Feel free to click that link, and if you use DeviantArt, go and give Charzea, is that how you pronounce your name? Go give them a follow. Look at this cat. You guys, so good and so cute. Anyway, really great stuff. Really, like, you're so good at animals and people and interiors. Like, this is awesome. I hope to get to a place where I can make scenes like this. Currently, I really don't do a lot of environment stuff. This is really nice. I love the costuming here. Yeah, great work. I don't do people. I don't do mech. We did a vehicles stream not too long ago, and holy cow, I was terrified. It was awful. Everyone in chat was very supportive, but if they were just being nice, because I was not doing a good job. But I'm trying to get better, so that's kind of the point of these warm-up streams. So if you ever want to join in on them, no pressure either, if you're more of a lurker, but like I said, you can always post warm-up sketches of any kind. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. Just show me what you're warming up with today, because I want to encourage everybody who's trying to get better, and myself included, to just start your day with some warm-up sketching from reference or from life. So you could like set up a still life somewhere, just draw your keyboard, draw, I don't know, your trash can, just like look around you. There's all kinds of things you can draw, and you can learn from all of it, you know, and get better. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Yeah, super nice stuff, right? Oh, you joined the Discord. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing your stuff. We've met so many cool artists recently on Twitch. It's been really cool. Bad at something? I know, it's terrifying to be bad at something, right, Siren? I have a little bit of a struggle with perfectionism. Trying to get over it. Part of that is like these warm-up streams. Like, see, that's why we have our mantra here, guys. For anyone who's new to the stream, our mantra is to get the bad drawings out. Gotta get them out. You gotta get them out of the way so you can get to the good stuff, right? There we go. Highlight that. That's important. I'm bad at finishing. That's okay. I'm bad at starting. So the two of us combined, we are a non-functioning person. Or maybe a functioning person. If you're good at starting it, I'm okay at finishing. Yeah, so we can totally function. There we go. I figured it out. I got there. Hey, Yakoda! Yeah, a lily flower. Ooh, I would love to see it if you try to draw that. And, you know, that'd be a great way to celebrate Earth Day. Draw a little flower. I'd love that. And don't worry, you're not too late. I'm probably going to end the stream here probably at least by noon. I want to finish this tree first, but within the next 20-ish, 20 to 30 minutes, we'll be ending stream. So anybody who is lurking, who is wanting to submit their sketches to the warm-up chat, make sure you do that before you head out. Even if you you can always rewatch the VOD back and hear all the chat comments and see my comments and stuff too. But already just looking at what's in there, I'm excited, so it'll be great. Perfectly balanced. No, don't feed into my perfectionism, Siren, as all things should be. It's my struggle. It can be imperfect. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Things can be imperfect. It's okay. It's really hard. Okay, I'm gonna darken some of these shadows back here because they're just not. It's just such a stark image, and I feel like I'm not getting the depth. Oops. Wait a minute. What happened there? I've been betrayed. Try that again. So I locked the layer so that I can do this, basically, and still get the shadows that I'm looking for. So if anyone's working digitally, or if you're new to digital and you didn't know that was something you can do, surprise, it is, and it's super helpful. So highly recommend blocking in shapes and kind of doing this sort of thing. You can always unblock and then go back in and kind of add texture as desired. But yeah. Ooh, what is this? Oh, I hate it. No, let's not use that. Got way too excited there. Shoot, maybe this one? Nope, I hate that one too. That's a sponge. Maybe tiny, it's okay. Tiny sponge. No, that's too distracting. I don't want to do that everywhere. Let's go back to my favorites and find the brush I was using. Oh shoot. Maze, is there a history of brushes? I lost my brush. I think was this one the one that I was using? Add to tag favorites? Maybe? Are you my brush? Shoot. Are you my brush? Sorry, Amaze knows how to use this program. I don't. I think this is the brush. Okay. Maybe. Shoot, I lost it. No! This one? Ah! Okay, well, we're just gonna use this one because I can't find it. Finished is better than perfect. You're right. You know what? I have that written. Finished, not perfect, is written on my I have like a board full of like things I need to remember. Finished, not perfect is one of them. I also have this one that has been on every computer that I've had since I moved to Colorado. It like sticks to the bottom of my monitor, but it says, "Your body of work is only as good as the projects you finish. It's like my fight against being a perfectionist right there. Oh, thanks for the recommendation, Dream. I will check them out. I like to kind of check out the vibe of a stream before I rate in. I try to only rate into family-friendly, typically artists, but I do sometimes do non-artists. I will write that name down, and I'll go check it out later. Thank you. Yeah, if anyone has recommendations on family-friendly art streamers preferred, but it can be any kind, like educational, science, music, anything is fine, just so long as it's family-friendly. It's a fragrant lately, too. So I stream my big streams on Monday. Oh, never mind. Amaze already posted it. Oh no, Charlie's Dragon got it. Thank you, Charlie's Dragon. Appreciate that. Somebody posted it. You guys are so on top of chat. I appreciate you all. I'm slow and miss chat a lot. Sorry if I missed something someone said. Please don't take it personally. But yeah, so I mostly do my big streams Monday and Wednesday, but we do the warm-up streams in the morning just to try and get better, you know? If anyone needs accountability to actually do stuff like this, I got you. I also need it, so join me, please. Encourage me to not give up and to be okay with failure, because it has gotten in the way a lot in my career, and I really am trying to break that habit. I would very much like for this year to be a year that I push ahead a little bit and just stop being so afraid of the internet in general. So anyway, more about that on the next episode of Casey's Broken Psychology, but let's focus on this tree real quick. So I'm adding the little details here. I just want these little tiny pine boughs, like what we're looking at are like these little bunched needles that are, I don't know if this is exactly what they look like, but they're kind of like stuck together. You guys have probably seen the end of a pine tree up close, so that's why, you know, if we just keep in mind why these trees look so different, it'll help, like we talked about earlier, with that filling that creative bank account, as it were. Heard many artists refer to it like that, so I like the term. It makes a lot of sense. So hopefully it makes sense to you too, but that is what we're doing. Now there's a lot of like brownish oranges in this tree, so I'm actually going to really lean into that color for these bright parts a little bit, just to kind of bring out what I assume are the little pine cone buds into the color mixture. I think charcoal would be fun, Yokota. I actually, okay, so when I was doing more traditional media, charcoal was my favorite, which is funny because it's so messy and I make such a mess when I do it, but it's the way that it moves and like interacts with itself and with the paper is really kind of, it's just nice. It just feels nice. So if I do any traditional live streams, we may work in charcoal sometime. I'd love to like figure out how to take my stream outside with you guys this summer, and like maybe do like I'm surrounded by mountains here where I live, and maybe do like a live plein air session or something. I think that would be really fun, but I don't know. I need to talk to some streamers who do things like that. Like Shamada, who we've rated him before, she was doing a mural, which if you haven't followed her yet, I'll go ahead and give her a shout out. Or Shamatada, but I think it's just, hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this right. I want to shout out the right person. I've done that before because I'm such a noob at this, where I shout out the wrong person. That's, okay. Yeah, she was working on a mural. And had brought her setup somehow. I don't know how she did it, but she was outside and streaming from the street. Maybe she was hooked up to her car. I don't know. But I want to figure out how she did that, because I think that would be really fun to do sometime. Crit is the best program. It is pretty good. I'm starting to get more comfortable with it for sure. Yeah, join whenever you can. Is it Charzia? I don't know if I actually got that. I might just call you Char. I get really nervous about pronouncing people's names wrong, so please forgive if I'm pronouncing anyone's name incorrectly. At least it's not like that time I called Fat Bob Flat Bob and just like added a letter to their name. Felt really bad about that. What kind of texture are we feeling? I feel like something heavy. Yeah, I think charcoal would be fun. Pastels are fun. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Do you work in pastels a lot? Wonderful. I still draw digital, but I try to get away from my usual ink brushes. I really work with texture. Oh yeah, I feel like pastels, like charcoal pastels, chalk pastels, oil pastels, those are super, I do enjoy those as well. What I'm not comfortable in is ink. She was streaming from the phone. Yeah, I think she was, but like, how do you get a solid signal? That's the part I don't, like, I feel like I tried streaming from my phone one time and it was like super laggy. Like there's like a secret. There has to be like a thing that you're doing to make it have a better feed. Like I know Paleontologizing does streams from the field, but he has like a satellite setup or something, and that sounds expensive. Like I don't think I want to do all that. But I don't know. Maybe I should just try it again. Maybe I had a bad cell signal day that day. Wait, we already heard this song. Sorry, we got stuck in the Goo Goo Dolls section. Let me go back to Passata, where we were before Goo Goo Dolls. We had a music request for Goo Goo Dolls, so I played all the Goo Goo Dolls songs that I have on this playlist. I haven't set up like an actual song request thing just because, you know, I don't want people requesting songs that aren't appropriate for anyone who's drawing with their kids. I know I have some friends with kids that watch this stream sometimes together and draw along and stuff, so I try to be aware of that and be respectful and be helpful. I know how hard it is to have kids online, and you just gotta be careful. So, anyway, that is part of why we keep family friendly. But I also just prefer that generally as a person, so that's also part of it, if we're being totally honest. Okay, let me blue this up a bit. Add in a little bit of bluish green down here because I see some really bright blues. I think we're getting close to finished. I'm gonna touch up with that little tiny brush we found, little scratchy brush. You know what? And I think I'm gonna add one more branch here because I can see a branch pretty clearly right along here. And I feel like I didn't do a good job of keeping that free. There we go. That's not too bad. Okay. Cool. I think we're approaching finish here. I might start looking through the Discord now and see what we've got as far as warm-up sketch submissions. You might mess up just a tad. Bring those root systems out a little bit. I love the textures you get. We'll have to do a bark, like a tree bark study sometime. I do like the little like spots of light I can see through, where the sunlight's kind of coming through the branches a bit onto the trunk. That's really nice. But yeah, I'll have to do an in-depth tree texture study another day. I do want to add these little grasses. Maybe bigger grasses than that. So there's this nice brush that I can use for detail that I am going to use on the top layer here. Just to get a little bit high needle-y texture in here. A little bit of that brushiness. I wish this brush was actually... Can I duplicate and modify brushes in this program? I don't actually know how. I'll have to figure that out later. It would be nice. I don't know. I'll figure it out another time. Okay. Just gonna kind of add what, if you can't see what I'm doing, since it's probably hard to see, I've just got this little dry brush. I'm kind of alternating the colors that I'm using just depending on what part of the tree I'm on. So if this I think might have more shadow, I might put some there. But it's just gonna add some of that pine needle texture. If I had time to, or if I had planned ahead of time, I would have found one that had a little bit less, or just like a little bit, I don't know. What am I trying to say? Like a little bit easier, more accessible needling because these are kind of long and they're hard to see unless I push really hard. But I do like the little texture it adds, and it just adds a little bit of that color, especially these little brown notes. Like these would be sort of the pine needle pods. Make sure I'm looking at my reference. Don't want to be a bad example here. We are trying to look at the reference while we draw. Make sure I'm putting these in the right places. But yeah, it's just going to kind of add some of that little touches of the browns and the oranges that you're seeing kind of over here. Just kind of to imply those little pine needle pods or pine cone pods or whatever they are. Yeah, maybe later, Amaze. I'd like to modify this brush specifically. I don't love the way it's handling. Like this would be good for minor detail work, but not what I'm trying to do right now. That's okay. We'll make it work for now. I want to get to the submissions and see what you guys have been working on this morning. Hopefully everybody had a good warm-up session, a good start to their day. Hopefully even if you got here late, you were able to squeeze in 30 minutes or so of warm-up sketching. I always recommend starting a timer just because it's easy to get caught up in these things. Let's go look and see what everyone else has done today. So these are mine. I will drop them in Discord in just a minute. Let's go see what you guys did. All right, so first up, I'm just gonna slide this over. It seems to be the easiest way to do this. You guys are just gonna see my messy tab situation. So this is one that Beats did last week for our Bat Day. We had Bat Appreciation Day. Look at this lovely texturing, you guys. They drew this amazing bat. I love the way they handled the light, like the backlighting. So nice. Really, really pretty stuff. I'm loving seeing the stuff you're submitting, Beats. So hopefully we'll get to keep seeing more stuff from you. But thank you for sharing. This looks great. I love it. Love it a lot. Let me make sure I didn't miss chat too. Oh, thanks Amaze for posting all that. It might depend on how good the signal is. Yeah, that's true, Charlie's Dragon. I don't know if she was stringing from the phone. Jumps out of window. Amaze, is that like your least favorite song ever? I can take it out of the rotation if you'd like. Secret is a good provider of the mobile connection. Oh, okay. Or that is the secret, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I've got Verizon, which is good pretty much everywhere in the US except for right along the Rockies. Apparently some places in the Rockies it's not great. I'll have to look into that. But I'm also on a family plan right now and it's a lot cheaper for me to do it that way. So, okay, let's move on. Oh, Charlie's Dragon! Look at these bats! These look awesome! I love it! You did a great job with the wing anatomy. Look at this little bat hand here. This was a fun one that we drew on stream the other day. Oh, I love it. You did such a good job, and look at that cute little face. This I remember the last picture you submitted. I feel like you've improved. I also Lyra graphite sticks. Are these the water soluble kind? These are so fun. Is it Lyra? I don't know, but these are fun. If anybody, I don't know if you guys can see this brand. If you guys aren't playing with these already, you should be. I used these when I was teaching. When I was a teacher, I bought a set for these for my classroom. Fell in love with them. They're so fun. Anyway, love it. This is a great gesture sketch. Do you guys see how they got the shapes in really well? Really good proportions with the wings. Like, this looks great. You're doing awesome. I'm so happy that you started to draw some bats today. Small and quick one just with wing shapes. No, but you did that's a great gesture. Honestly. Like, that's the benefit of the gesture, is to help you figure out those proportions. You did awesome. You know, honestly, you say you can see the trimmer lines. I would have just thought you were being intentionally gestural, to be fair. And maybe that's like a good thing to do when you're having shaky days, you know? Thick pencil is more comfortable. Not as good for details or erasing, yeah. That is fun. There's another brand. They do a whole series, I think, that company, of like thick pencils. Water soluble graphite sticks. Oh my gosh, they're so fun. I love taking those and then just afterwards adding water. I have a water brush. Like, it's just a water tank brush. So fun to use with those if you haven't already. I'm sure you have. Amaze! Oh my gosh, you got the shapes of this crazy tree so well. Hold on, I have to give hearts to everyone because these look amazing. Oh, I already did there. Okay. Amazing! Amazing! I love these. So good. Okay. Amaze, this looks awesome. And if you guys missed the tree that he was using, let me pull it up because I have that. I was gonna draw that tree today, but I ran out of time. It's a really good trunk. It's on my Pinterest. If you go to the link at the top of chat, I think is the trees section. It's like one of the top pictures. There we go. I'll pull this over so you can check it out. But look at the crazy shapes in this tree. It's such a beautiful, beautiful shape to study. You really went for the complexity though, like Amaze. Usually, I feel like you drew like every single one. It's really nice. Well done. Well done. And it looks super proportional too. You did a great job. You did a great job. Are you planning on adding any color to that, or are you just kind of leaving it as is? I love the spooky. It's a very spooky shape. I feel like if you did like a dark silhouette of this, it would be a good like setting for a scene, like a comic scene or something. What I learned is that I need a pencil sharpener, an eraser, and a proper black pencil, but I had fun. Oh, I love it. Oh, it looks so good. I like that you just went with the blue. It's lovely. It's lovely. This looks great. I'm curious about the gridded paper. Do you prefer that? Does it help you to like structure the drawing? I've never actually drawn on gridded like graph paper before, but I see other artists doing it. Or is it just like what you had on hand? Did you hand grid that? Is that done by hand? Okay, no, that's printed. I was gonna say, oh my gosh. That is some commitment to structure. Oh man. Oops, I'm missing some chat. Hold on. Did my quick warm up on my late. I'm excited. Graphite sticks. Yeah, do it. The watercolor crayons are fun. I have water soluble colored pencils. Water soluble stuff's fun. Maybe if we do a traditional drawing stream, I'll like ease into it by doing like water soluble pencils or something, because I'm a little more comfortable with drawing. But like painting and doing stuff like that is really scary to me because I don't know what to do with it. So maybe we'll ease in that way. I've never used the water. Oh no, you know what? I did use water soluble crayons when I was teaching. We had a little set, but they're like student grade. They are a lot of fun. Can I squeeze them? Yeah, absolutely. Drop it in there. Drop it in there. If anyone has anything they want to drop in chat to share, there's still time for sure. Egg tempura painting. Never heard of that. Lagum Core, who's also on in the Discord, I think under the name Mir. They were doing some like interesting mixes with pigment. Like they were painting with beer, like pigment and beer instead of water. It was really interesting. Mix the egg with some water soluble oil. Yeah, that's so. I would love to see what that does. I've never even heard of that. Is that basically just tempera paint? I've always wanted to try watercolor crayons. Do it. Yeah, they're super fun. Okay, let me catch up to chat. Hold on. No, I simply have nothing else. Okay. I was like, what is the purpose of this? I have seen artists drawing on graph paper though. So I think maybe it's helpful if you are trying to like graph out an image. I think you did a great job, like with the leaf shapes and just like the simplicity. I really actually like this color combination. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really good one. Oh, Maze, look at these leaves. Oh, you did such a much better job with this leaf shape than I did. I struggled with this leaf shape. This looks great. These both look awesome. Really nice leaf studies. Highly recommend doing leaf studies, guys. You can learn a lot from just how a plant is structured from studying different types of leaves. It can really help your artwork later. Broken crayons still draw. It's true. Could you maybe like mash it up and just add water? Because it's a water soluble crayon, right? And then you could just like use it as paint, maybe? Yeah, nice. Oh, there's a nice link. Thanks, Amaze, for linking that. Oops, I didn't mean for that to show up on this one. There we go. I'm gonna check that out later. Yeah, it's a really, really good stuff they have there. And you can get cheaper versions of their things on like Flick and stuff like that here in the US. Let's see. Let me catch up. Texture crayons are good. Pastel pencils. Oh, I've never used a pastel pencil. Very bold style. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oh, beads! Look at this tree! Oh, it looks great! I love how smooth and brushy this is, but you still got in like those big shapes of the tree. Really nice blending. Holy cow. I'm so curious what program you're using, if you don't mind sharing. You don't have to say it in chat, but maybe in Discord somewhere you can let us know. Is it Procreate? I really like, especially your shadow. Holy cow. Looks very three-dimensional. And you even do a little bit of the clouds and stuff. Well done. Well done. We'll be doing, in case you or anyone else missed it, we'll be doing waterscapes and skyscapes Wednesday. So we will be focusing on like waters, like, you know, water in its liquid and gaseous form on Wednesday. So we will be getting to that. I'm looking forward to that actually, because I love painting clouds and I haven't done a cloud study in a really long time. I have so many pictures of clouds. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that. You can paint with milk. What? amazing. So pretty. Love it. Earth Day trees. Yes, everyone. Oh, look at this leaf. That's cute. I didn't know we had a leaf like that. Cute. I forgot to like these all, guys. I'm so sorry. I got so distracted by the awesome art. Oh, look at your lily. Oh, it looks so good. Well done. Wow, you did this really fast. I love that. This is, what kind of lily is this? What a beautiful plant. We're doing a flower study at some point. This is a really nice one. Oh, I love these pods too. I can see the appeal of plants. I just know that I kill them, so I don't grow them. This looks awesome. What did you work in, Yakota? Oh no, ad break. Shoot. Hold on. BRB ads. Sorry, guys. We'll wait for the ads. I don't want anyone to miss anything. I'm so bad at Twitch, guys. I'm sorry that I can't ever keep track of my ads. These are so nice. I love them. Use Krita. Okay. Let me sketch up. I think I might have missed some chat too anyway. I mint an old style of painting. Oh, coffee art and chalk art. Always intrigued you. Coffee art? Oh, like art in coffee cups. Gotcha. Sorry, guys. Sorry about ads. They're almost over. Hold on. We're pausing. There we go. Should be over. Question mark? We should be free of ads. Ad free now? Question? It said that the ads are over, but I don't trust Twitch. I've just decided it randomly tells me that, but that's not actually accurate. Painting with coffee. So wait, when you say coffee art, wonderful, do you mean coffee like as in painting with coffee? Or like making art in the coffee like with milk? Is that what you mean? You're over your ads. Okay. Sorry guys, I need to be better about watching Twitch. Telling me when it's doing things. Yeah, but this looks great. So you said you did it in Krita? Both? True, why not both? It looks awesome. It looks so good. I love it. It looks traditional, like the textures. I guess if you look closely, you can see that the certain patterns repeat, but it still looks really nice. I like the little details you put in with the spotting and stuff on the lily. So pretty. Use Krita only. Okay. Interesting. You're not getting ads at all. Yeah. C chart. Like I have no idea. I don't understand. I'm still new. I'm Twitch noob. Like I don't understand when it's doing anything. It's very confusing. Well, thank you guys for participating and drawing with me this morning. It's really nice to have some accountability buddies doing this so that I know that, okay, I better do it because, like, everybody else is doing it too. So, I'm very prone to peer pressure. And I'll post mine in there after stream in a little bit. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. I will be back on in about 4 hours this afternoon. So I usually, for anyone who's new to chat, or new to the stream, I do a afternoon stream with like bigger projects. I'll give you a little preview of what we're working on. I'm probably going to be finishing up a new illustration. I started a few last week, and I haven't actually quite decided if I want to work up one of the thumbnails I started last week or if I want to keep thumbnailing. So we'll see where I get in the next few hours. I might do some thumbnailing off stream. If I don't get to that, I might do some on stream. We're a little loosey-goosey sometimes, but this is the piece we finished not too long ago. I still haven't quite finished it actually, so if I get stuck I might come back to this and just finish the lighting. Didn't really finish the lighting, but the one that we did thumbnails of last time was this elephant piece. So I was thinking about maybe working this up a little bit and playing with it and starting a new painting, but we'll see what I get to. Anyway, so that's kind of like I guess a preview. Yeah, it's not quite finished. I'm not trying to be a perfectionist, but there's just like some things about it that need a little extra love. Like the girl is not done. She's just kind of slapped in there. The lighting isn't finished on the vignette's not there. I haven't like done the highlights. Anyway, just little things. So things that I can easily do and don't have to think too hard about. That's why I was like, well, if I don't finish this one, I'll go back to that one. This is a companion piece, by the way, for anyone who missed it, to this piece. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'm trying to build up my children's book portfolio. So that's mostly what I'll be streaming on Twitch, except for warm-ups when we just do studies. But usually what I do is like my digital painting stuff. Maybe eventually some traditional. We'll see if I get brave. I don't know. And then occasionally I do a sculpture stream at the end. It's usually the last stream of every month. So it'll be on Monday, like the last big stream of every month. So it'll be Monday afternoon next week, I think. Anyway, and I have a new sculpture setup that I'm excited to test out with you guys. So we'll be testing that out next week. But anywho, oh, I forgot. I am also a pro streamer, and I totally have an ending screen if I can find it. There it is. Yay! I guess I should leave it on what we actually worked on today, though. So just for the, for the preview. Let's just leave it on the zoomed out version. There we go. See a few different things that we drew. But happy Earth Day, guys. I hope you get to go outside some point today and just appreciate this beautiful planet we live on. Thank you guys for studying some of it with me this morning. And I'm gonna go find a family-friendly art streamer to raid into. A children's book portfolio. I mean, I am making my own portfolio, and potentially I could do my own children's book. The problem is just getting into the industry is tough. So I'm still at the trying to get an agent to want to work with me sort of stage. So far I've gotten a lot of rejection. So we'll see. But anyway, let's go. I think I probably missed some chat. Hold on. Thank you, Char. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I'll see you guys this afternoon, like I said, in like 4 hours. So I'll be back if anyone's still up. I'm gonna go find a family-friendly art streamer to raid into if you guys don't mind hanging out just through the raid. Give someone a little boost. It's always nice to be able to share the love with some of our fellow artists out there. Ooh, there's a couple of people we could raid. Oh man. Uptime, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, 47 minutes. Shoot, there's so many good people on right now. You know what? We were talking about traditional art, right? So let's read into Monster Pie Zoe. Oh, is Joe starting? He just got started. Should we read into Joe? Oh, you know what? That's tough. Monster Pie is doing traditional art, and Joe usually does environments. But we are doing environment studies this week. Maybe you're right, Siren. Maybe we should raid into Joe. We haven't raided into Joe in a little while. I think we raided Monster Pie Zoe last week. So yeah, let's go ahead and raid into Joe. I've only rated him once this last month, so I think that's fine. We haven't rated him in a while. If you're not already, excuse me, I don't know why I stuttered so much. If you're not already following Joe, you need to be. Looks like he's just getting his stream started. But he does amazing fantasy environments. He'll be a good one to watch if you want to learn how to do more of this stuff. I know I always get inspired when I watch him paint, and plus he has really fun rambles. Really fun rambles in his streams. So looks like he's just starting his thumbnailing, so let's go check it out. He does this fun thing where he'll do 5-minute thumbnails, and then chat gets to pick a thumbnail to watch him finish. So it's pretty fun. You'll like it if you haven't been there already. So let's go say hello and wish him a happy Earth Day, guys. Shoot, what should we say? I don't know. Jeez. I don't have a raid call, guys. Or I need to commission Raga to write me a raid call. She's really good at them. I just have these. I don't know. I think they might be sub only. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at this. Happy Earth Day. If you have a sub, feel free to copy this. If not, I'm sorry. Just do anything. Anything you want. I think I'm not gonna make it in time. I think the raid's gonna kick us over. Hold on. Happy Earth Day from AC Stream. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'll be putting. So happy trees, exactly. All right, well, we'll see you guys over there in just a second. Oh shoot, if I can even copy it. I don't know. Won't let me copy my own thing. I'm bad at Twitch. See you guys.